Greetings, 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 greetings. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Sojourner, better known as me, Celia. And I just wanted to come through and talk about this full moon that we just had in Sagittarius, which is also known as what is going on? Which is also known as the flower moon. So, of course, flowers played a big role this last week or so, and the week before because it was Mother's Day, right? So May represents this big female, to me, feminine energy. But we had this moon come in from Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is a masculine energy. So let me just show you my flowers. They're all going through some changes now because I've had them for quite a while. And I love keeping them and drying them. And trying to, my friend showed me something that she did this past week, but she actually glued them down in an art journal and created some art from the actual flowers. She Mod Podge the flowers, glued them down, and so I might try to do some of that with some of these flowers just to not let them completely go, but they are dry. There's a rose, but it's so beautiful. Look at it, the flower of life, literally. So, if you can, go walking through some gardens and look at the flowers during this beautiful flower moon that we had. Full moon in Sagittarius. This is the card for look at the bigger picture. And I think that's right on time because not only did we have a full moon, but we had Jupiter jumping around all over the place. And Jupiter is very expansive, right? The attunement to this moon is take time out for a mini break or adventure, because it seems to me that Sagittarius is all about adventure, fun. And I'm just reading this a little bit. It says, find a balance between speaking your mind and saying too much. Woo! That is a message I think that is for all of us. There are some times when people ask you a question or you ask a question, you might get a little bit too much information. Some people do not have really good communication skills. I had to learn. So I'm almost certain everybody else has to learn as well. I get lambasted with people asking me questions and expecting me to answer them the way they want to hear it. That is a huge communication problem for them. And what I decided to do in life is to ignore it. If you are doing too much, asking me questions, I will totally cut you off and ignore you because I know what I said, I know what you said, and I'm not going back and forth over that. That is too much time being wasted, and that's ego. Ego tells you to argue with a person and tell them what you said versus what they said. No, I know what I said what I said, and that is it, right? So, a lot of times, you have to move away from things or not fret over things that are totally counterproductive to what you're trying to do, right? It says, what do you then... No, it says, sorry guys. Are you thinking too much about the details of your dilemma, right? Or perhaps you're being all talk and no action. This card is a reminder that while it's good to think things through, sometimes you need to step back and look at the bigger picture, right? So, I think that this full moon, I know the energy that I've been feeling is definitely adventurous. I've been going out and celebrating the month of May. My son graduated college. I got this wonderful Mother's Day painting from my son. This is me. Okay? So, a lot of adventure, a lot of parties, and celebrations, right? So I've had to take my energy out and be around people. So I made sure before I did that to sit in the sun and the moon, and really fill my body up, fill my aura and my energy fill up with a lot of energy so that I could use that to go out around people. I'm not a recluse, right? But I do realize I do definitely need my quiet time and space, right? I have to have that time to go within and re-energize myself. And I've been feeling like I've been depleting Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Ooh, that belch, what does that mean? I'm telling the truth. So I think that what happens to us is we might get sick. So like I had a migraine, but the migraine could have came from, I was trying to do some visualization by location type of body work, where you kind of visualize yourself somewhere bringing light into the planet, right? So I had a migraine. My throat started feeling funny. Like I was just going through some symptoms, right? And I couldn't like identify it. But I do know that part of it was the energy that's been coming and still coming in. If like the solar flares that are hitting our planet right now are amazing, and it's bringing in so much information that sometimes you can feel like data overload, and you have to just close down, go in a dark room, and sleep, and allow the downloads to come in that way. So rest is very important right now. Yes, go out and ground. Yes, be adventurous, but also get your rest. You're going to need the rest in order to anchor in the energy that's coming in. Some people, I don't know if everybody is like this. Some people, they might have to get out and get out, because I've been out so much, I have to come back in, right? So I need to anchor in, heal, rest, let the downloads come through me in that way. Because when I'm awake and it does it, me and my son have been so lethargic. When I say lethargic, this might be the first morning I woke up and I felt like I had energy in like 2 or 3 weeks, because I had to keep moving. I had to push through it. I felt like I was walking through quicksand, trying to do everything every day. I mean, literally forcing myself to get up and cook food, because the energy is so heavy while you're awake. But if you sleep more, rest more, it can come in that way, and you won't feel so. I mean, I've been on Facebook, because I'm a Facebooker, but I do IG as well. And people are complaining that they have all of a sudden body aches that they've never experienced before, right? And this is within the last 2 weeks. They haven't ever experienced these body aches before. Some people, they can't eat certain foods anymore, like certain chicken. They cannot eat it anymore. Their body is totally rejecting it. And they can't figure out why. Of course, they're at the age of menopause, or, some stage or rites of passage in life where they attribute all of the symptoms to that. So it's like, oh, I can't eat chicken anymore, and all these things. It must be the menopause, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, you can say that. Physically, yes, that may be what it is. But metaphysically, these are ascension symptoms that you're having. Your body is rejecting meat because the planet is getting light. It does not want that anymore. Okay? So, when you get these aches and pains and all this, you sleep. You can still take your medications, do all that, drink your water, do everything. But definitely go out and ground in nature. When I say ground in nature, literally lay down in the grass and cloud watch. Watch the clouds. That's something they used to do on a favorite show of mine called Heartland. They just lay in the grass and watch the cloud formations. Just ground in nature. Stand in nature. Stand in the sun, right? Get all the energy that you can from the nature around you, right? And then allow that to start to heal you. Because what it does, it's like a connection. It's a root connection, just like these earrings. So once you get your light, you're the tree. Be the tree. Be the tree, okay? Be like a tree and absorb the light. Absorb the energy coming in, right? And once you absorb that energy, allow it to flow through your body, because it's knowledge, right? Knowledge is light. Light is knowledge. It's energy. Allow it to flow through you. Allow it to give you what you need, right? And that will help you through these symptoms that you're facing. Sometimes breath work, breathing, definitely breathe. When you start to feel tense, uptight, breathe. When you start to feel like you're too sleepy, breathe, right? So there's a lot going on right now. And my suggestion is to definitely take time to check in on that energy that you're experiencing. So I just want to talk a little bit about Sagittarius before we go on. it's fire, it's mutable, and it's masculine energy when the moon is in Sagittarius. My moon is in Sagittarius. So it shows up as an adventurous nature, independence, wisdom, lifelong learning. That's me. Everybody says you're going to be in school forever. You're always learning. Positive attitudes, a great sense of humor, an ability to ride emotional waves. I've just really started checking in on my emotions with that. Trust in your intuition. Still challenges with that, but I'm getting better. Restlessness, inconsistency, getting better with that. Unconsciously imposing expectations on others. I am so zero at that. I do not have an expectation of anyone outside of myself at this point. And being opinionated and judgmental. I'm definitely that all day long, but I really try not to impose it on other people. It's kind of like just in my thoughts a little bit, and if I have to say something, I will. But I am my aunt. I mean, what do you want? Judgment is my middle name. But not judgment based on ego. Judgment based on love. I'll put it that way. And then letting yourself be guided by belief systems. That was my entire life. First, you're a Christian, Buddhist, halfway Muslim, but what I've learned is that I just like studying religions. I like studying spirituality a lot. So I probably was not these things as much as learning these things and then taking a little bit from each religion, each spirituality, and placing it in my life at some point. So if you want to balance any of the energies that you have in the moon in Sagittarius, you can start to ask questions and not make assumptions, right? Stay open to other people's thoughts and opinions. Monitor unconscious expectations. Engage in reciprocal conversations. Seek specifics and gather details. Let me just say something about engaging in reciprocal conversations. This is what I was talking about from the start. I'm not getting in any petty arguments with anyone. I'm not going to debate anyone on their opinions versus my opinions. We get caught up in that a lot, and it has a lot to do only with our experiences that we have in life. When we share our experiences, share them from a viewpoint of, this is what I have experienced. Not what you're saying I don't agree with, it should be this way. That's not proper communication. It's not appropriate, and I will not engage in communication that way. We are way too mature in Earth history to not know how to communicate with each other. So I don't get upset. I just kind of remove myself from the energy for a while because I got to process it. But now I'm to the point where I don't even have to process it anymore. I can recognize it, see it for what it is, and remove myself from it. And I know that frustrates the hell out of a lot of people who may have to communicate with me that I do not engage, but it's a waste of energy and time. So, anyway. And this is true too. They say as a Sagittarius moon, you feel things in a big way. I'm sorry, my neighbors are starting to wake up now, so you're going to hear a little noise. But the Sagittarius moon tends to seek out wide-ranging life experiences that shape how they view their own world, right? So sometimes you might feel like it's very restless energy. You want to move a lot, right? You want to get out. And especially now that, Mercury's no longer retrograde, you're really like fast forward, like you're moving. But we have to learn how to stabilize our emotional state. I think I've used this moon to do that a lot, to stabilize myself and my emotions, how I feel about things. And they say your mother may have also nurtured your adventurous nature and your expansiveness. And my mother at this point is my Jupiter. So I can definitely say that did play a role in my adventurous. I even wrote a book about adventures, a poem about it. So it's just so fitting that my moon would be in Sagittarius. And this is the book that I'm pulling from, Molly McCord's Awakening Astrology. She has great, wonderful information about your 5 key planetary energies for your own personal transformation. And I stay in this book constantly. So that's all about the Sagittarius direct energy of the full moon. I was just going to pull an energy card and a moon magic and then a happy light beam and just see. Let me knock some of this energy out the cards from the last time I pulled. And I don't have to shuffle a lot because I kind of pre-shuffled before the video, but just for your aesthetics, I will do it again. My grandmother taught me how to play cards. Did I tell y'all that? So I knew how to shuffle and do all those things when I was little, but these cards are huge, so they come a little different. So we're just asking for a message about this energy of this full moon in Sagittarius. First chakra, Archangel Michael, root energy, grounding energy. Yes, it's fire, but it's also grounded fire, right? So 35, that came out. Spirit, did you want me to pull another one? I'm going to pull one more. Ooh, two more, I guess. Anxiety, appreciation. Anxiety came out like this. 18, and appreciation is 15. So I'll read them. So the first card, Archangel Michael. Gotta love him. He's always coming through in the clutch. Stability and security. Michael holds a beautiful globe of red energy at the first chakra, which is located at the base of the spine. So down here in the spine area, right? It's all about your sense of stability and security. It's where it's stored. This card upright, it reveals that your energy is flowing freely regarding those issues. That means you're not worried about money. You're not worried about your resources. You're not worried about your security. You feel safe. You feel, you don't feel blocked. You don't feel fearful or sad. You're not worrying about money. You know, you're pretty secure. Even when you don't have money, like me right now, from all the money I just spent, I'm telling myself, I'm not worried about it. I know money will flow in. I know it will come again. And I do my manifestation techniques to bring the abundance in especially when I need it, which is right now. So, I try not to sit back. You know how sometimes you just kind of start worrying about it. When you start worrying about it, you put yourself in that energy of I don't have. You put yourself in that energy of lack. So please take time not to. Like, this is a great affirmation. Meditate on this. My first chakra is open to its perfect, healthy state. I am strong, stable, safe, and secure. The Archangel Michael guides and supports me always. And remember that. You can't see the forces that are out here working for you, but they're there. You connect into their energy, and that's when you get what you need. I called on Lakshmi. I called her energy in this past week and used some of her gold dust to bring in some energy. And literally what it did was, it didn't bring money necessarily. What it did was it took away any anxiety that I would have over it. Anxiety. But it's upside down. It came out like this. And, you know, I'm not really into reversals, but there's a purpose that this card came behind the other card. Because the other card was appreciation was the card that was facing. This one was behind it. It was behind it. And it's smack dab in the middle of the first chakra and appreciation. Gratitude, right? So I'm just going to leave it this way. And I'm going to read it upside down too. Worry or distress. Finally, relief. This nightmare of a card reversed could mean one or two things. Either a recent problem is on its way out, causing you to feel more relaxed, or you have mastered the old habit of worry and have freed yourself from the anxiety within. Either way, anxiety reversed is a good omen of more relaxed and peaceful times to come. Maintain a trusting attitude and let the difficulties and fears, thoughts fade away into the distance. I let go of fear and worry. I assume the best and live in peace. All is well. All is well. Okay? So, I'm going to turn this upright so you can see this, because they want you to pay particular attention to the storm in the windows. They're saying that the storm is moving away. So if it's moving away, you can let yourself relax. You don't have to brood about something so much. Keeping something on your mind, worrying, stressing out. Come out of that. Look outside. The clouds are clearing. Okay? In your mind, in your heart, and physically outside that window. So let's let go of anxiety. It's done. We're done with that. We're not dealing with that anymore. And then appreciation came out. But I think it came out, they just came out kind of together. And I love this because once again, we're looking at flowers. The flower moon, right? This is called choosing gratitude. Do you know every night before I go to bed, I say gratitude. And then I start just listing all the things I'm thankful for in that day. I mean everything. Even the lady that cut me off. Y'all, this lady cut me off last week. When I say she cut me off, she could have literally hit the front of my car, cut off. So I gave her a little honk. And you know how you look through your window like, or something like that. And then I went through a myriad of emotions. Like within 5 seconds. When I say 5 seconds, please believe it was within 5 seconds. 5 seconds is pretty quick. I went through, fuck you, bitch. I'll throw my club at you, bitch, and fuck your window up. Bitch, get off the road. Fuck you, all this. In my mind. Because you know what she did when she cut me off? She did this out the window. Like, F you. You ain't here. Now, normally I get upset when I feel like people don't see me. Right? But in this instance, in 5 seconds, it was like something, like a veil came over me in those 5 seconds. And I lifted the veil up, put my head out the window and went, I love you, and smiled like that and just kept on driving. I didn't allow that emotion that I went through in that 5 seconds to affect my response to her. And because I said, I love you, it made me feel better. So I didn't think about it in a negative way anymore. I thought about it as a lesson that I was going to bring to this camera to you. Right? I didn't allow her to take me out of myself. My thoughts I quickly, when I say in an instant, transferred those thoughts to something positive, to utter out of my throat chakra some love. Because I know I didn't wake up with you. I didn't do anything to you. So for you to give me the middle finger, that's your problem. It ain't mine. So that's a very hard thing to do. I'm not saying this is an easy thing to do. People are going to piss you off. And how are you going to respond? Sometimes you got to respond in a certain way so you can learn a lesson even from that. So I ain't mad at you. But in this instance, we are choosing gratitude. Every morning I wake up with gratitude. Every night before I go to bed, I say gratitude. Literally when I wake up, I say the word gratitude, love, thank you, So, I think it's time for us to start showing a little more gratitude in the world. Come out of that ego state. Congratulate ourselves for every moment and choose appreciation, choose gratitude, choose love. This decision shifts your consciousness from lack to value, and it's guaranteed to bring more worth and richness of life to you. Okay? So, don't focus on the prickly shit. Don't focus on the thorns and the brambles and the weeds. Focus on the flowers. Focus on the love. Focus on the gratitude and appreciation for what you have and who you are and what you're going through, where you've been through. Focus on the love of that. Be appreciative. It's not hard to show appreciation for something in life. So that's the energy. That was the energy of this flower moon. It was dealing with our root chakra a lot. Look like, you know, and our conscious thoughts. What are we consciously aware of? You know, what is the awareness, the conscious awareness that we want to bring? Let me do these first. These are moon magic cards. They're really cool. They're shaped like this. I'm gonna do these. But this flower moon is really just before summertime here in DC anyway. It's bringing us that energy of letting go of anger and restlessness. You know, we're very restless in this moon, so we have to learn how to balance that restlessness. And that restlessness can be anxiety sometimes, and we just gotta let that go. We don't have, it's over. We don't need it anymore. So let's see. Ooh, look at that. Moon magic. I assess matters carefully and discern wisely. I've had this card come out before, and it's true. Sorry about the glare. I don't have the light on my camera. So I assess matters carefully and discern wisely. Very important, because when you take the time to do that, your response mechanism is better. Your response to something is better when you take the time to discern something, right? And assess the matter first. You can do it in a quick, speedy moment like I did, or you can not respond, go sit, take time, ground, and then come back out with the message or the response to whatever action has come towards you, right? So this is very important. I'm going to take a picture of these cards and put them on the IG, and then lead people back to this video so they can get the message as well. And I love the artwork. You can't make this shift up, right? It's waxing gibbous, which is probably the phase it's in. No, right now we're waning gibbous because the full moon is going away, so we're waning. But beautiful artwork here. And look at the finger. So then, this is my deck. I sell these. I made these deck. This deck is called Manifestation cards, and you can order them on www.happylightbeing, HAPPYLIGHTBEING, Happy Light Being. And what you do is you kind of, like, what I like to do is pull them daily. So I'll pull the cards daily, or maybe one card. But sometimes I pull all of them and just repeat each card. You know, and what I'm doing is I'm activating the cells in my body to hear and feel the vibration and energy and frequency of the cards. And then that's how I manifest too sometimes. So, you know, you have different ways of manifestation. Be kind to people. Go out and do something kind, you know, and loving for someone. Because it's reciprocity, right? It's just all about reciprocity. So you kind of want people to respond to you the way you would respond to them. A bunch of you. Accept a bunch of his blessing and open up to the gifts of her abundance. And look at the flowers. The abundance of flowers once again. Right? The full moon, flower moon. So that flower energy. And although we are waning, that energy is still very much here. The abundant energy. The safe energy. Right? The secure energy. She's here. Accept it. Let go of this. And sit in this. Right? Let go of this. Sit in this. That's why I came up behind upside down. Just like this. I really just could have read these two cards. But I wanted you to know this is what's lurking. And you can let it go. Let go of the anxiety now. So I hope this reading helps somebody out here. It definitely helped me. Because sometimes I feel like these readings are just for me. Like, I'm reading it to you, but it's for me. So, I hope that it helped you in some way. I hope that it has not offended anyone in any way. But if it has, maybe you gotta check yourself before you wreck yourself. Anyway, take time to do what makes your soul happy. All right? Enjoy this Memorial Day weekend. My son graduated high school this past Wednesday. I'm very proud of him. Dennis Jones Sharp. Let's see, $, capital D, lowercase e, lowercase n, capital J, 224 is his Cash App if you want to send him some money for graduation. I think that's what people are doing now. That's the new style. We give them the Cash App and people Cash App your kid. Let's see, what else happened? Oh, it's my mom's birthday. She turned 77, double seven, y'all. May 18th, she turned 77. So hurrah, I love my mama. And my sister's birthday was May 7th. 7's, it's my number. Like literally, I was born October 7th at 7:25. You can't make it up. In 1967, I'm just going to give you my birthday. But you can't do nothing with it. So, what else happened this month? And then my youngest son graduates May 31st. So if I'm not back here by May 31st, you know why. I've been just extremely busy. I know I did promise a list of women, again, that I listen to. I don't listen to a lot of people, but I do have some other women that I want to mention. So I'll list those, and I won't call them top 10. I'll just say a list because it may not be 10. Because I don't even know if I listen to 20 women. So maybe some music. I can share music. What else happening this month? Oh, and my son, he's doing really well in track. They came in first place in all their heats, and they got medals and ribbons and things. He really hasn't made a college decision yet, but he definitely wants to stay in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. So that's what we're looking at for him. So wish us luck. Give us some grace. My son also is collecting money to go to the national championship, which is in a few weeks. So we'll be putting a link to his fundraising effort. And maybe I'll have him come do a video and beg for some money. So anyway, have a good day. Be happy, be light, be love. Namaste, Nisilia.